Discerning the voice of God is so crucial. We have a lot of voices in our lives, and I think now more than ever, there are so many voices. They often drown out the Holy Spirit's working in us and His voice to us. And one of the ways that I identify the voice of God is knowing God. So He has given us His Word so that we can protect ourselves from all the lies of the enemy, because the enemy just wants to throw everything at us he can. And not to mention the world, not to mention our own heart lies to us as well. You know, this would be okay kind of thing. I think about my first assignment was Rutgers University in New Jersey, and they had asked me to be the prayer coordinator for Central New Jersey. You know, it's a big campaign, 350 churches were involved, and there was a point in that time where I was so exhausted that I actually, because I would go into the city, we would have meetings in there, and I'd drive out, it'd be midnight, coming out. I was also doing campus work, and so I was exhausted. And one night in particular, I was driving home, I was just thinking in my mind, how bad would it hurt if I just drove off the road? And all of a sudden, I didn't hear an audible voice, but very clearly the Holy Spirit just said, "Colleen, who do you think is talking to you right now? That is not me." And so I just kind of kept on like, okay, God, will just give me strength to get home. And He did. And He was faithful. And I would come home and I would go to bed just going, Jesus, I know I should pray, but I am so exhausted. I just have to go to sleep. So would you please minister to me in my sleep? And would you help me just to wake up refreshed and just be able to meet the day? And He was so faithful. He did. And He gives you just the specific thing you need to say, I'm here, I've got you. And it may just be some song that comes on the radio or some word from a friend. I've had that, consistently throughout my life. It may be a devotional where the very thing that you're struggling with, it's speaking, and you're like, whoa, this is from the Lord. And so I think discerning the voice of God is so crucial. Because when you're at the bottom, when you are so spent that you can barely pick up your head, and that could be emotionally, physically, spiritually, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're struggling with, even doubting God, even saying, God, where are you in this? I don't see you. Would you show me? Would you help me? That honesty just opens our heart to be able to receive what the Lord has been wanting to give us, but sometimes we block what He wants to do because we have a lot of voices in our lives. And I think now more than ever, there are so many voices. So I just encourage you, if you are struggling, to just let Him speak to us and show His heart to us and His character and His love and those things. Because it's very important that we know who is speaking to us. And I love, John 10. I love it because Jesus, the Good Shepherd, tells us He knows us, we know Him, and we know His voice. We will recognize His voice. He gives us that assurance that we recognize who Jesus is and what He would or wouldn't say.